Welcome to Try to Thrive, the podcast where passion meets endurance and every finish line is just the beginning. We're here to inspire, challenge, and share our journey through swim, bike, run, and beyond.
Hello and welcome to another episode of Try to Thrive. Today, back in our Try to Thrive studio, Dennis, how are you doing?
Hello, Chris.
Hi.
I'm doing very well. I feel awesome.
You feel awesome. It's been a while since we recorded together an episode. You had guests, I had guests.
Feels too long.
Oh, I've missed you so much.
I know. I missed you too. How do you feel, Chris?
I feel good as well because we have a very, very excited topic today. You know what that is?
Not sure yet because I didn't prepare, but you prepared.
I prepared. We prepared. So it is a race review of a triathlon that we have attended last weekend. It depends when we post the episode, but not long time ago. And I must say, I am introducing to the world a new Ironman, a full Ironman, because Dennis finished his first full triathlon distance. And man, I'm so proud of you.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you so much,
Is that
Chris.
why you are wearing a white shirt today?
Yeah, actually, I should wear like a costume for a night. I should.
Exactly.
I'm a knight now.
You are a knight?
But we will talk about that later.
Why is that, Mr. Lord?
We will, yeah, you can call me sir or lord.
Okay.
No matter what, I'm a knight now.
You
officially.
are a knight.
But yeah, you will get to know a little bit later why.
The triathlon we are talking today about and the race review is Malbork Triathlon.
Castle Triathlon.
Oh, sorry.
Malbork Castle Triathlon.
Exactly. And it was such a great event. Let's talk about that. How was the event and the race for you, Dennis?
The event itself or my race? What would you like to hear?
I think we should first start with your race. How was the race for you?
Okay, before we talk about Malbork Castle Triathlon itself, the organization, everything as Chris wishes, I talk about my race. And beginning, I mean, at the end, I can't really not talk about the organization itself while talking about my race. So you start swimming just in front of a castle, actually the biggest castle in Europe, as far as I know. For sure, it's a huge castle, a beautiful castle, a very beautiful view. And you start the race with having some knights opening the race, you can say, and then you swim in a small river called Nogat in front of the castle. It were 4 laps. Very, very dirty water, unfortunately, and a lot of algae, some stuff like that. For me, swimming wasn't the easy part, for sure. It took me like 1 hour, 33 minutes. I felt better than last time in Hamburg, probably because the water was not so cold, but the navigation for me was hard. I, for sure, had a lot of zigzag. I had one very interesting situation that someone hit me on my head and feeling how he pulled his fingers together. And then there was this movement. And I was very lucky that I had 2 swim caps, so I didn't lose my goggles and the swim cap because somehow they were still attached to my longer hair I have right now. And I just had to stop for a second and put the goggles on. I wasn't able to put the swim cap on again, so I just put it inside my neoprene suit and continued to swim. It was a very long and boring swim for me. Yeah, I have to add, I'm very bad at swimming. The time tells it, 1 hour 33. But I felt all right, but I believe my form is just very bad. So I'm actually happy that we are organizing this workshop with Łukasz Wójt, Olympic swimmer. So when he will come to Krakow on the 18th and 19th of October, because we have two days of workshops where 2 times 10 people can join. We already have a few registered people, but still there is space for more people to enroll. Anyways, I can't wait for that workshop, because I really need that input from him, from a pro, from the best swimmer in triathlon history, in my opinion.
Me too. Looking forward. Go ahead and register now.
Yes. And then, I got out of the water, felt awesome, because I wasn't inside the water anymore, because running usually we get to the running part at the end as well, but running usually is something I can do better. So I was very quickly getting to my bike, took my bike before I put on some socks. Some people watching me were complaining that, why do you have white socks and no shoes? But I ran outside the transition zone with my bike and my white socks and put my shoes on during the bike, because I try to be so professional that I leave my shoes on the pedals.
Very good.
It works somehow.
And your socks are black after that?
No, they were not black. They look good, actually.
They look good,
because
but they were wet.
There's a carpet. There was a blue carpet.
Soaked with water.
Yeah, but it's not an issue.
Okay.
I mean, I sweat anyways. I'm an elite athlete, so
yeah. Okay, you wish.
Elite athletes, they sweat from time to time.
Okay, I'm not sorry, sir.
Just kidding. Yeah, and then on the bike was actually the most fun part. I love cycling, and had no issues at all. So I was able to start the first lap. It was 4 laps of 45 kilometers. The first lap I was a little bit slower. Then the second and third lap I went a little bit faster. And the last lap, the second part of the last lap, I went again slower to prepare myself for the run. Felt very good and thought I was very well prepared for the marathon, which was in front of me. And I listened to my coach, ran a relatively slow pace in the beginning. Didn't feel any muscle pain, because also I was not going too hard at the end of the bike ride, what also my coach suggested. I had in the beginning of the run, I did also that during every aid station I would walk to take more time to eat and to drink and everything. So muscularly, my muscles felt really, really good, and I felt like, okay, yeah, very, very soon I will be able to run very, very fast. And I did that for, now I don't remember because it's already a week ago, but I think it was around like 10 kilometers. And then after 10 kilometers, it started again what I had in Hamburg, that I couldn't really breathe that well, and it got worse and worse and worse. And at some point, an aid station where I usually would just walk when there was the aid station, I continued to walk after the aid station. And then the next aid station, my walking was again longer. And after that, basically I just continued to walk because I wasn't able to run anymore. Every time I tried to run, I just had this very tight feeling in the upper part of my lungs, and I developed a lot of slime, you can say. I don't know if it's the right word in English, but I had to cough a lot, and it wasn't really possible to get this out of my system, but I felt that I have a lot of slime inside. And then I got cold. I got cold as well. Until then, I think I had like for 15 kilometers, like 7-minute pace average. And then it got slower and slower and slower because I was just able to walk. So then I got so cold, I asked Chris for his jacket. Chris gave me his jacket. Not only, he walked the rest with me, which made it very bearable to walk 27 or 25 kilometers or something like that. Thank you, Chris, for that.
Welcome.
And
it was a pleasure. It was a lot of fun.
It was a lot of fun because we talked about millions of different stuff.
Yeah, we had like 3 hours time to talk.
Yeah.
It was It was great time
I
spent.
think even it was more than 3 hours.
It was a bit more.
It was more than 3 hours.
Yeah.
I finished the run, if I'm not incorrect, 6 hours and 40 minutes or something like that.
Something like this,
1 hour and 30 minutes slower than my bike, 180 kilometers bike. I think that's not very often that someone is slower on the run than on the bike. It's not very often. I was the third slowest of all people doing the...
Really?
Yeah, I was the third slowest in case of the marathon.
Okay, you had issues.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that
But
comes
still,
on
I
top.
finished with Chris together,
Yeah.
arm in arm. Not because I couldn't reach the finish line without him, but yeah, for sure it was easier with him.
Yeah, you could do that.
Yeah, 13 hours, 18 minutes. Yeah,
Yeah. Done.
I'm just
Great.
happy I finished it and I
Exactly.
didn't drop out like in Hamburg. And now I work on what happened and try to find the reason why I have the same issue again. And now I think I wasn't sick the last time. Perhaps it's something else. For sure, I'm not sick now. I didn't feel any sort of sickness. And that was it. That was all information
Wow.
about my first finished Ironman with the 1.5 Ironman plus half marathon. Chris.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. It was super great.
Yeah, that was
No. I loved it, and actually that's where we stand for. We stand for community. We stand for support, for friendship, and that's why, for me, no doubts, not finishing it with you was really great.
Thank you, Chris. He was actually drinking a coffee when when he joined. So
Yeah, I left my coffee for you.
yeah,
What? I think
you
so.
you left your coffee, your wife.
Yeah, I ran
So-
towards you.
Sorry to your wife for taking you once again so often.
No, that's fine.
I
All
hope
good.
she will not start disliking me for that. Yeah, so that's my race, Chris. What do you think? Do you want to tell me what you felt about your race?
No, I think maybe we go a step back. And the step back to the beginning of the journey, because Malbork, so this triathlon is based in Malbork, and from Krakow it's quite a distance. It's about 7 hours with a car.
6-7 hours.
6-7 hours. So it's quite a long journey. And what do you do best in order to get there freshly and prepared? Yes, you start early. This is
Exactly.
not me.
Who is it?
Usually
Who is it?
more prepared you, Dennis.
Me?
Yeah.
Me more prepared?
Yes.
Oh, thank you.
It's not common for me. Always I do
Okay.
stuff at the last and at the end. So this time we said, look, we're going to start our journey early. We arrive there soon. We have some time to spend. And we did a stop in, what was it?
Grudziądz.
Grudziądz.
100 something kilometers away from Malbork. So we had 5 hours to Grudziądz. We slept at a very nice hotel with very nice dinner, which Chris didn't have because he arrived a little bit later. But for sure, he enjoyed the breakfast in the morning.
Yes.
And then we continued our journey to Malbork. We were there very early, had a massage.
Yeah, me
Before
too.
that,
Thank
in
you for-
El Blanc,
Thank you
which is
for
close to Malbork as well.
Yeah.
And then, our preparation started basically.
Yes. And it was a long preparation. We made sure that first of all, we have everything prepared, our bikes especially, what can go wrong at this date or at the race day itself. Obviously, some mechanical issues with the bike. So we checked it. We even had a quick bike ride the day before. So we validated if everything is okay. We oiled our chain. We washed hopefully the owner of the apartment is not listening to it because he was very grateful how we left it.
Yeah.
We washed, don't tell it, okay?
Yeah.
We washed our bikes in the shower.
Yeah.
In the shower,
The
we washed
shower
our
didn't look
bikes.
so good afterwards.
We cleaned it again, but it was not a big apartment, so we needed to have this opportunity to do it. It went well, and then yeah, we prepared everything. We wish we could prepare everything in advance. We will come to that later. But in general, I think the journey to Malbork was nice.
Yeah, it was very nice. For me, especially much nicer than to Hamburg. Malbork is a very small city. It's not so big like Hamburg. So the prices, especially during this date, perhaps because of the triathlon, are relatively high. It's also a touristy city because people come there for the castle. But still, it's not so far away from the starting point. So that was very easy.
Yeah. It was very close to the starting point. Yeah, we actually could drive there with a bike within 10 minutes. So that was great.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. So that part was very good, getting there. And Chris, do you want to add anything connected to what was before the triathlon, or do you want to tell us also about your half Ironman triathlon finishing plus half marathon walking?
Let's go straight into the top. Let's dive in.
How was it, Chris?
It actually, I was a bit skeptical about the event itself, but in the morning we went very early to the start line. So I came with you. Now you might think, how is that possible to have an Ironman full distance and half distance at the same time? And this actually makes this triathlon unique. I don't know unique, but that's for me the first time I'm seeing that. So actually this triathlon is on 2 days. First day is 1/4, 1/8. And then the second day where we started, 1/2 and full. So the full obviously starts first because they need longer. So I came with you to the transition zone. We checked everything. It was around 6 a.m. So we went there around 5.
Yeah.
5
a.m. we were at the transition zone.
Exactly.
6 a.m. was my start.
Yeah. So we prepared everything and I watched your start, which already got me hyped a lot. I really liked that because I was part of the event being and this is my word, spectaculator.
Spectaculator.
Correct me again. What was it?
Spectator.
I was a spectator. And a
I like
participant.
spectaculator.
Yeah, spectaculator.
He's a spectacular spectator.
Exactly. And I was a participant at the same time. And I think this is very unique. And this I liked a lot. So my race started at 9. So I had around 4 hours being on site to my race.
What did you do between these 3 hours after my start and your start?
So we also had great support from Krakow, Mr. Pavel. Dziękuję bardzo. Thank you for coming all the way and all the hustle.
He prepared a huge banner.
He prepared a huge banner, yeah.
It's in my garage now.
It was great. Great. So he came and I was talking to him. I was, chit-chatting. I had 2 coffees at least, minimum. Then our goal...
Minimum. Can't remember.
Maybe we're 3. Anyway, then our goals came. So we met at the transition zone for you from swimming to the bike. So I saw also your transition. And then it was time for me. I went to the start line. I knew what to expect. I knew the music.
It was identical.
It was identical. But I mean, as I was awake for quite some time, I already wrapped my head around the swimming. And this day I was not in form. I was very bad. I even went into the water before to warm up. I went out, then waited another 10 minutes, and then the start came. But I was mentally not prepared for this swim. Not at all. So what I did, and some people might hate me because I hit them with my legs.
Ouch.
I was swimming whole time only breaststroke. And I was so upset because I was swimming so much during the last few weeks and I couldn't put it into practice. And it was not because of my physical conditions. It was just my mental state of not wanting to swim. Hopefully, we will learn more in October from Łukasz how to overcome that fear because it was awful. But I didn't finished later than in Krakow. So more or less from a time perspective, I finished in 43 minutes.
And in Krakow?
So around 40, 41, 42, something around that.
You were faster in Krakow.
I was faster in Krakow, yeah, for a reason. I don't know. The algae, yes, this was something bothering me as well. But for a lot of reasons, I was not able to perform my swim. Anyway, going out of the water, transition zone, very good organized. I found my bike very quickly on the bike. And hell yeah, man. I loved it. It was great. It was great. When I think about it now, awesome. 2 laps for me. Yeah, 4 laps for you, 2 laps for me. And I put everything that I was doing on my bike and we were doing here in Krakow training on practice. I could push 193 watts on average. And with the pace of 34 kilometers per hour, I was so proud of myself. After that swim, I was so proud. It was really great. Transition zone, again, same transition zone for everything, not like in Krakow, 2 different transition zones. Went in there. I was well prepared. I had everything. Nutrition perspective was great. I was also listening to what our trainer is telling us in regards of testing the stuff before you ordered it. We ordered actually what they were serving on site. We tested it before. So when we ran out of something, we can easily switch to what the event was providing. Yeah, running again. I started with some cramps on the right side or some pain on the right side under the hip. But that is because my body is not yet adapted and used to these transitions. So I tried to slow down on the bike at the end. I did that. Then I tried to run the first 2 kilometers, not so fast. I did that as well. I did not go to any aid station because it's also something that if you put in nutrition directly after biking, your body is suffering as well. If the body is not adapted. So put that into practice, was good. Try to finish it without pain. This is what I did as well. But when I saw all the photos that people made of my running, I was very upset seeing my entire posture, how I hit the ground with my shoes. Awful. So this is a lot I need to work on. And then I finished in 5:35. Which is almost 30 minutes better than in Krakow.
Strong improvement, I would say.
Exactly. I was so proud of myself. There could be some things better at the end of the day.
There will be next time.
Next time, exactly.
You already improved a lot.
Exactly. So I'm focusing on myself, what I have done better. I wanted to avoid any kind of issues while running. I did that. I worked on the nutrition and I have been improving my biking. So all in all, for me, race, good.
Awesome.
Good end of the season, I think.
That's already the end for you?
This season. Or do you have any other triathlon plans this year?
No triathlons, no.
Exactly. So this was our last triathlon this year. We are then having already some other triathlons locked in.
Yes,
we will talk about that in the future. But yeah, that was my race. Overall, I'm very excited. I'm very happy now to train hard for the full Ironman distance next year.
Congrats once again for your second half distance Ironman.
Thank you. Impressive
time, 5:35, after only training for less than 9 months. I think that's if you can clap for Chris. Please do it now.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, Chris, I would like to get from you some insight. How do you feel about the organization in general? How did you like everything during the event, not connected to your performance or my performance?
Your performance was awesome. It was. Also, still room for improvement, but you made it. You can be happy.
Yeah, I did it.
Exactly.
I finished it.
Yes.
Somehow.
A lot of people would like to do that.
Yeah, I like to do it also as well on Sunday. That's why I did it.
Okay, so the event summary.
We just want to give our opinion and how we felt about certain things, what was good, what was bad, and what we think can be improved.
Exactly. So I think we were a bit unlucky with the weather, although that doesn't have to do with the event itself.
Yeah, but still, we have to mention the weather, and please, next year, organizer, bring us better weather.
Exactly. And then we come to one downside where we were struggling because you need to check in your bike, and at the same time you are receiving the transition zone bags. So now you have two choices. Either you go in there with everything already packed plus your bike to put it in there. It was hell of raining.
Yeah.
Or at the end of the day, we just said, look, that doesn't make sense now. So we packed this whole things that we came with the bags completely wet, went back to our apartment and then packed it again to bring it in the morning. So, Dennis, what can be improved here?
It would be awesome if next year there is the possibility to pick up your starter package.
Yeah.
I don't know how you call it even officially. But if you can pick that up just in the morning or one day earlier, you take it with you and then you come to the transition zone already prepared.
Yeah.
Or if it's raining and you don't want to put your stuff there while raining, then okay, I only bring my bike. And in the day of the start, I'll bring the rest. So that was actually a little bit of pain in the ass, you can say, because we were there so early and then we were confused that we didn't get the package. And then we had to go back home basically with everything, and it was totally wet. The stickers wouldn't stick to my bike or to my helmet. So... Yeah. But I understand why they are doing it, because they have 4 triathlons to do. In their defense, they have a lot of things to organize. So for sure, for them, they save perhaps 2 or 3 people in working with this issue, because then they would have to do that at the race office. Yet we were at the race office and they didn't seem to be very busy. So in my opinion, please, organizer, consider to change that. Next year, for us, it will be much nicer.
Yeah, and on top on the race office, what you should also offer is to buy the triathlon license. We needed to do that with an app, I already had mine. Fine, you had yours.
Annually.
I will switch to that as well for next year. But it was all in Polish to use the application to buy the triathlon license. Without the help of Dennis, I would struggle a lot. And
I told you to learn Polish.
You always try to push me in that one. But yes, my time will come. Talking about Polish. I'm sorry, I need to say that. I know I'm in Poland, but when I look at the page from the event, you can also translate that into English. So I assume that this race is also for everyone else who would like to join from any other countries. Yet, I was missing a lot of translations. People were not able to speak Polish. I get that point, especially young people that help and volunteer. But still, I would like to have more support. Without your help, Dennis, I would struggle a lot. And especially when it comes to all the race book, when it comes to the videos. So
Racebook was only in Polish.
Was only in Polish, exactly. There are a lot of tools nowadays where you can easily translate certain things. It's a hassle for me to do that on top of everything, but for the event and the organization, it should be possible. So this is also something to improve. Please, whenever you do some communication, include at the end of the email an English version as well for anyone else who's coming from outside.
At least the race book, I believe, should be in English. I don't know how many non-Polish speakers joined, but there was basically nothing what I saw in English. And it's also hard when you cannot pick up your race materials at the office and just at the transition zone, while there also was not really anyone speaking English.
Yeah.
And if you dedicate already one person like before that is able to speak English, it will be easier. Yet I still understand we are on Polish land, and in Poland you speak Polish. That's why I learned Polish. And I advise Chris to learn Polish as well.
Maybe during our triathlon journey.
Maybe just say
I will learn Polish.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now it's recorded. Please don't cut it out, Chris.
All right. So.
Yeah. Well, but okay. Now we talked about things that we think can be improved, but there was so many things that are really good, that were really, really good. And talking about the preparation from the organizers, when we had that briefing, I loved that they would show pictures of the bike route where it's dangerous, where there are potholes, and all these details without ever going even one lap on this course. I knew exactly what I can expect. So that was awesome. So here, this preparation was really good. The briefing was very, very long and had a lot of details. The only thing here, the internet connection from their side seemed to be not so good, but sometimes I guess also connected to the weather. We had very bad weather. It just can happen.
Yeah.
Chris, is there anything you would like to add?
I mean, the location, that was just great. In front of the castle, especially while running, you go back and forth in front of the castle. And I was always like begging for it. Where's the castle? Because then I know I'm close to finish another loop. No, but I liked it. I liked especially what I pointed out in the beginning, that you can be part of that event in two different roles. You either can be the
Ironman.
Spectator.
I'm an Ironman.
You're an Ironman. You can be the spectator and you can be the participant at the same time. That was really great, and I haven't seen that so far in any other triathlon. Weather at the day was also good. At that day when the race happened for us. And what is really great, there was a big foil plastic foil, where you can put your entire bag in. Because if you heard earlier, we were oiling our chain one day before, and then it would be just a pity when the rain is just entering it and washing it all off. So yeah, we were prepared. We could bring our own bags to wrap it, but that was in the starting pack.
Yeah, we were able to hide our bikes in this foil, and when on the next day we got to our bikes, they were basically dry. So that was cool.
Yeah,
that was very smart from the organizer. Yeah, and what I like the most is that they keep it like traditional. That, you know, with the castle and everything, with the history. They really like to stick to the history. You get also a discount for the castle, by the way, 50% discount to visit the castle. And when you finish your triathlon, there are knights that give you your medal, and even with a sword. So that was really cool. When I finished with Chris, and Chris was next to me, I hold his shoulder, and we finished it. Yes. I just became a knight officially.
You became a knight.
I'm not only an Ironman, I'm also a knight. So if you want to join a triathlon in Poland, that is in a very beautiful place with very nice people. People were all very nice. Also, all the people organizing it, they were very helpful and would always answer questions, and was really cool. Yes, you should come to Poland, to Malbork, and join this event. And it was also the Polish championships
True.
in triathlon.
Not to forget.
Long distance.
Not to forget also all the volunteers. There were a lot of volunteers. I had sometimes a feeling there were more volunteers here in Malbork than it was in Krakow. But really great, really good. Everyone was very helpful. You got a lot of aid stations, which is really, really good. Yeah, like that as well.
I liked it a lot too.
What else can we say?
I can only say thank you, Chris,
Thank you,
for
Dennis.
pushing me to the finish line.
Yes, that's what
I
friends
don't
are
know
for.
if I would have done it without you, so thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you. No, it was a pleasure making that journey with you. And there was not even a single percentage that you could not finish it.
With you, no.
I would drag you to the line. I would carry you. No, it was an amazing event that I think will stick for a long, long time in our heads.
For sure. I will for sure. I hope I will at some point tell my children, my grandchildren, my great-grandchildren how I finished this Ironman, and I will show them this beautiful picture with you together, Chris.
Yes.
And I can tell this story how you went 20 kilometers with me just so that I won't be bored.
No, really great. It was a pleasure. It was great. Thank you also for everyone who came, who supported us on the finish line. Along that, as we said also for the other triathlon, it's very important to have support with us. Without our support, wouldn't be possible to do and travel all of that.
Yes.
And maybe I would forget half of my stuff. I guess so.
Very probable.
Yes.
All right. Chris, thank you for this episode, and thank you to you, listener, for diving in with us together in this topic. If you're interested into one of our workshops on the 18th or 19th of October with Łukasz Wójt, Olympic swimmer and professional triathlete, best triathlete in long distance history, in my opinion, when it comes to swimming. Join this workshop or follow us on our social media, on Spotify,
Facebook, Instagram,
yeah.
and all the channels.
That's it. Thank you, guys.
Thank you so much for tuning in. Have a good one. Bye-bye.